Hello YouTube, how are you? This is Mike in Detroit. I have been told that I've been doing a lot of guitar tutorials and I'm leaving my piano buddies behind. So let me, since I have a little time today, let's whip out a video for our piano friends. I want to refer you back. I did a year or so ago, maybe a little bit more than that. I did a whole series on intermediate voicings for piano. In those series, we did voicings like D minor 9, G13, C major 9. And we did that all around every key. So I'm going to go from there and expand just a little bit. If you need to, go back to those videos and really get an in-depth. What you have to do is, because I'm all unorganized, but you can't beat the price. Just trying to help folks out. Subscribe, fish around, and then look for the series on intermediate piano. These voicings is what I call money, go-to voicings. Let me take a key and kind of review this a little bit. If I played a D minor chord, I take the bass away, so I got root, 3, 5, 7, 9, right? Remove the bass, right? What do I have? I have an F major chord. Put bass octaves in your left hand. Now that's a good voicing right there. But my money is I'll go to the second inversion of that F here. And more than likely, at least the way I play it, now it depends on if you're playing a ballad or whatever you're playing. But I will usually go up. Now, this right hand is what I want to pay attention to. This, you can play it in the left hand or the right hand, or here. And you should be able to switch to your left hand because you may need your right hand for some. See, if I wanted to go up to E flat, and then back down. I just did that in the key of C. You should be able to do that in all 12 keys. And again, if you need to work there, go back to those videos. Now, I only want to do 2-5-1 major today. I'll walk you through 2-5-1 minor or 1-4. There's about 10 or 12 chord progressions that if you play gospel or jazz, everybody should just know. But in the key of C, we're going to go. Here's our stock 2. Just move your thumb over and switch to the G bass. Now let's talk about this C major 9. Same thing. 1, 2. Take the bass away. You have an E minor 7. So really, we're thinking E minor 7, second inversion over C bass. 3 over 1, third of the chord over 1, and if you're playing a minor chord, your right hand's going to play major. If you're playing a major chord, your right hand's going to play minor. Just the flip it rule. I explained all of that in those videos. Now I want to take that to I want to just expand on that. So we have a 2. But what if I wanted to go here? So now, instead of 3 minor, I just played an E major over G bass. Before I played E minor over G. So money stock is this. Now we're going to go here. In the G chord, my pinky is on the 9th. Well, if I wanted a flat 9, I'd take that note down to here, and look what I have. An E chord, second inversion, over G. That's an E, a G7, flat 9. That resolves to a C chord. So one way to think of this is a G7, here's the root, flat 7, third, well it's actually it's a G13, flat 9. But that's a lot of mental work. You could just think 3 major over 5. Now once you know that that's an E triad, any inversion of that will work. Any inversion will work. So that's one possibility. Notice also, for your muscle memory, here's your 2 chord. We already know that our thumb is going to go down, but now so is this note's going to go down too. So 2 notes are going to go down this time. So we got 2. So on the 2 chord, the bottom note's going to go down and the top note's going to go down by a half step. So let's try that in F. That would be a G. What do we have here? An A major triad over C. 3 over 5. Once again, those numbers will line up. And that will resolve to F. So here's the practice for this, and this is not going to be a long video because once you figure it out, now you got to move that to the other keys. So take a song like Misty. Okay, we're not going to play the song. We're just going to look at the first 3 chords. That's a chord progression. That's a 1 chord and a 2-5-1 to the 4 chord. So let's get our stock money way of playing it would be a 1 chord. Some kind of G minor, either this, there's my money, here's another way. That's E flat major 9. And here's that's a B flat minor 9. And before we just dropped our thumb to here. But this time we're going to go, so we have a C over E flat. Let's take that to C. I want you to do a 1 chord and then a 2-5-1 to the 4 chord of that key. So here it is in C. 1 chord. And I'm trying to hold these so you can catch it on the virtual keyboard. Let's do it in F. In F, that would be here. What's the 4 chord in F? We got our target is B flat is the 4 chord. So we're gonna go right. Then we have a D over F. That takes us to B flat. So for this mini little lesson, try to go from the 1 chord and then a 2-5-1 into the 4 chord. You'll find hundreds of songs that will pay some dividends because the 2-5-1 progression is one of the most common in jazz. One last little point I want to point out before I get out of here. Here's the 2 chord in C. Now, when you go to the 5 chord, you can go stock, or you can go here, or you can go both. So what we did was we flatted the 9th. Here's the 9th. But we can sharp the 9 as well. So when we manipulate a 5 chord, which in this case is a G7, here's our root and our flat 7. There's our 3rd, that's a 13. We did a sharp 9. We can look at the 5. 1, 2, 3. We can do a sharp 5 and a sharp 9, like this. That's probably the easiest way to play it. There's the sharp 5, there's the sharp 9. The only reason I played this note, I know I have it down here, is because that reminds me that's just E flat over G7. Anytime I can simplify things, I will do it. So there's a G7, sharp 5, sharp 9. And that resolves. So far, I can play E minor over G7. And I can go there. I can play E triad, E major over. That gives me the flat 9. A major over G7, and now I've just added E flat. So now your task will be to figure this out in all the keys, just like we did here. So let me walk you through real fast, or not that fast. Let me walk around a few keys. Here it is in C. That's a 2-5-1 to C. Here it is in F. Here's B flat. E flat. Here it is in A flat. G flat. So whether you have to do this in pencil and paper at first, however, but once you get the concept, now you want to work these chords until your fingers just kind of know where to go. So if you were playing Misty and you were going and you didn't worry about the melody, somebody was singing, look at me. And in my intermediate series, I broke it up. I put in a lot of theoretical talking chord progressions and that kind of thing in one lesson. And then the following lessons, I did application. So I picked some song and applied it to it. You need to do the same thing. You need to do the same thing. There you are, my piano friends. Be safe, be good to each other, and I will talk to you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.